why you have to ask repeatedly over and over and over again. If any of you are on a video webcast that I did last Tuesday night, there was almost 10,000 people there, and people were like, dude, why are you pitch your product so hard? Why do you repeat it? And so many people were like, man, I learned so much from watching the pitch, your pitch, how you pitch, and you keep going back and you pitch again and you repeat it again. And my friend Michael Burt, I asked him, I said, hey, was it too much? And he was very honest with me. He said, good guy, by the way, follow at Michael Burt. He said, yeah, at times it seemed like too much. Couldn't you just do it one time in the right place? He was asking me, what do you think about finding the right one time toward the end of the deal to do it? And I said, look, you need to understand that people must be repeatedly asked, no matter how good your product is, how good your offer is, how good your service is, how good your product is. There's a reason why people must be repeatedly asked over and over and over again, and it has nothing to do with you, your product, or your offer. So I want to hit on that, and then I'll take some questions. Okay, we'll try to keep this down to like 15 minutes if possible. People want to buy, yeah, they do, but people want to be sold, I believe they do. Jeffrey Gitomer says people don't want to be sold, they want to buy. I don't know what the right thing is. I know for 30 years I've been selling products. I've sold them door to door, I've sold over the phone, I've done deals as small as $1 that required effort and energy and push, and biggest deal I've ever done was $126 million in 1 month of things that I closed other people on doing. I've done it with wristbands, books, speaking engagements, tangibles, intangibles. I've sold people that were trying to fix their credit, could barely afford the payment, and I've pitched to people that have so much money that making $1 million mistake doesn't even matter. And they're literally thinking that, if I'm overpaying by $1 million, what does it matter? I sold a house in Los Angeles, 3.5 years ago, and I sold it to people that were billionaires, and they were overpaying for the product, and they knew they were overpaying for the product. I knew they were overpaying for the product, and they're like, why would we pay this much for the product? They had bought the house next door. I've never actually shared this story. They bought the house next door to me for, what was the number, $24 million, and then bought mine for 17. And they're like, 17, your house is overpriced. They were going to tear mine down. Mine was, the house next door was brand new. They said, we just paid 24 for this, and your house is a tear down. It needs to come down, and it's in bad shape. And I told them all that. I said, the roof's bad. There's no bathtub in the bathroom. You got all this work to do. There's water damage in the house. And they're like, well, you're telling us all that. Why would we pay 17? I'm like, well, you're not paying 17. And they're like, what do you mean? That's what you want for the house. And I said, no, you're paying 41. Your house next door and this house, the two together is $21 million. Your taxes in the first year are going to be $600,000. Is that right? 2% of $24 million? Yeah, $600,000. Of the next 10 years, you're going to pay $6 million in property taxes. You're going to pay too much for taxes. I pay too much for the house. You're going to pay too much for the house. $41 million for 2 lots side by side is freaking ridiculous. You're overpaying no matter what I sell it for. And they were like, yeah, you're right, and bought the deal. Now, why am I telling you that? I'm telling you that because anytime you shrink away from your price issue, your value gets diminished by the position you take. If you're tweeting, if you're doing anything on Twitter, just understand what I just told you will change your life forever. Price is a myth. Any price someone pays is too much. And any price you get is too little. No one gives you a price because they think it's worth that price. If they offered me $16 million for my house, they believe it is worth more than $16 million. So Lunch the Bayou, Bowie says, ABC, always be closing. But the reality is most people can't ABC. They can't always be closing because you don't have the closing material. You need closing material, and you need to understand that people get hung up on price. They're obsessed and compulsive about price. How much is it? That's how people think they justify or make sense of value. And that's how they negotiate. They negotiate on price when in most cases, price is not the most critical issue. So I'm going to give you one more piece that you need to understand. If you can get this piece wrapped around your head, two things I want you to understand. Price is a myth because all numbers are made up, including the first numbers. 0 was made up. 1 was made up. 2 was made up. 10,000 was made up. The second thing I want you to understand is this, okay? Numbers are made up. Price is a myth. A dollar value is made up. It's only in the mind of the beholder, like beauty. The second thing, and this is the most important thing, and this is what I was telling Coach Michael Burke. The reason you must repeat your offer. If you were on millionsonthephone.com the other night, and I repeated the offer, it was an $8,000 offer that we provided for $1,000. It's almost 400 segments of content, okay? The reason I repeated the offer over and over, Andy Moore 816, the guy's awful. I am a terrible, terrible man that has provided an unbelievable lifestyle for myself and my family, young man. The reason I repeated the offer is because I know that you must repeat the offer because your buyer lacks certainty about themselves. Okay? Understand this. You must repeat the offer. You must ask for the offer over and over and over again. Not because of you, not because of your price, not because of your value proposition, your product, your reputation. You know, I even tell people, look, you cannot actually blow a deal. A salesperson cannot mess a deal up by what they do, but by what they don't do. When the consumer lacks certainty, belief in themselves and their ability to make a good decision, they will not close. Okay? When people need to think about it, it means their certainty is low. Raise the certainty, and they'll purchase. And the way to do that, understand, it's not about you, it's not about your product. They don't believe you because they don't believe in themselves anymore. They don't trust themselves, their ability to make a good decision. So what I want you to do the next time that happens, when somebody says, I need to think about it, excellent, great, that's right out of Sell or Be Sold, always, always, always agree first. And then what I want you to do is I want you to ask the customer, hey, let me ask you something. In your lifetime, have you ever made a bad decision? I want you to bring that topic up. Have you ever made a bad decision in your lifetime? Oh my God, yes, I have made many of them. Or only a couple. Tell me about them. Tell me when you made a bad decision. See, once they actually have that communication with you, they might start moving through the number of times they had and made good decisions. This will build certainty back up, okay? And it will start dismissing the need to wait, stall, or put it off. Or they might talk to you about, well, no. I mean, I had a guy tell me, no, dude, actually, the truth is I always make good decisions. I just don't make rash decisions. Great. Have you ever made a rash decision that was bad? No, I don't actually make rash decisions. Great. How much investigation have you done with me? I've spent 2 hours with you. I've been here 3 times. The only way this would be rash is if you'd have done it the first time I met you. Let's do this. Okay? So it doesn't matter, Daryl Lopes, if you're asking for dinner tonight, where you're paying, I need to think about it. Let me check with my mom. Let me check with my girlfriend. Let me think about it. Or, hey, I need you to make a $1 million decision right now. The offer that we made the other night that my friend Michael Bird asked me about was a $49. It was a $995 offer for an $8,000 product, and I had to repeatedly ask for the order over and over and over again to hit my numbers. So what I'm encouraging you to do right now is this, and then I'll open it up for questions. I'm giving you free content tonight. This doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to do anything. If you have a bad connection, Ninja_0. If you guys are having a bad connection, let me know. And maybe it's on my side. I don't think it is, but maybe it is. The customer has to be asked repeatedly. Why? Because their certainty is low. Price will not fix their certainty. It will only mean you close the deal for less money and unable to service your client. The reason you must repeatedly ask for the business is because the uncertainty of the individual in themselves, it has nothing to do. I don't care how many times they tell you, I got to go look at another product. I got to go look at this. I got to go look at that. I got to go do more research on the internet. Look, most of your buyers are doing more research on the internet. Some people say that they're 57% of the way there when they call you or visit you and they're ready to go. So what did you take away from this? I'm telling you how to close more sales. Okay, ask more often, repeat the offer, repeat what you're asking for. When they start feeling like you're pressuring them, understand this. You're not pressuring them. If they knew the right thing to do, they would have already made a decision. They would have bought. Their uncertainty dropped. You have to raise it, and once you do, they'll buy. The way to raise that certainty is to bring them back to a time when they made bad decisions. Ask them about it, talk about it, tell me about it. And you'll find out most of the time that when value exceeds price and certainty rises, they'll be like, dude, what are we waiting for? I've had people do this. No way, to all of a sudden like, what are we waiting for? Because now they've said, oh, I don't make bad decisions. Look, even when I made a bad decision, because I had a guy tell me once, yeah, I've made a lot of bad decisions. Really, tell me about it. And then he tells me this time, and this time, and this time, and this time. And then I'm like, yeah, you're still here. Didn't kill you. Okay, would you do it different? What does this have to do with that? This decision today doesn't have anything to do with that one then. Okay, I'm going to open up to your questions. I really appreciate it. Hope you appreciate the time. If you do, scan to the right. If you're on Periscope, share on Twitter or Meerkat that you're sharing the post, and I'll take some of your questions now. I have a book of notes. Grant, over Anderson Cooper, hands down. Well, I tell you, the difference between me and Anderson Cooper is he's never made a millionaire, and I've made a bunch of them. How can I apply it to fashion design? Same thing. It doesn't matter what your product is. Your product has nothing to do with it, okay? In fashion design, you're going to have a tremendous amount of competition, people that are uncertain about their ability to make a decision. You're going to be talking to a lot of people that are second, third, and fourth influencers and not decision makers that are more worried about protecting their job than bringing out the next big fashion. You got to bring them back to, hey, tell me about a time when you introduced a product or an idea to the decision maker and it was a good decision maker. That's also good for gatekeepers. So-and-so doesn't want to see you. I know, Mr. Gatekeeper, but you're the person that decides whether or not I get in there or not, okay? When is the last time you introduced someone like me to the decision maker and it panned off big time? It was a good thing for everybody. Oh, God, I made this introduction once. You see, you restored his or her, the gatekeeper's ability to give you the decision maker. I love your book, The 10X Rule, says D. Carter Inc. Thank you so much. Sales Hustler, grantcardone.com/SAS. Thank you for doing that, Sales Hustler. Yeah, he's talking about a sales conference that I'm doing with LinkedIn, Inside Sales, and Microsoft called, it's a Sales Summit, Sales Acceleration Summit. It's free, May 7th. If you go to grantcardone.com/SAS, it's a free registration. I see some people are actually using both mechanisms, Meerkat and Periscope. Okay, open it up to your questions. Appreciate the hearts on Periscope. Grant is always in my ear when I'm not slam. Thank you. How do you bounce back after a 0-10 sales appointments in a day? You had 10 appointments in one day, and you closed none of them. Wow. What I would do in that case is I would start trying to help other people. Okay, because you definitely have the plague right now, the sales plague, the closers plague. You don't have it, man. Every shot you're throwing up at the ball hits air. Can't even hit a rim, can't hit a backboard. So what I would do right now is I would start trying to help other people. I'd start passing the ball off. Hey, give me a lead, give me somebody to call. Let me take a turn for you. Let me help with some of your clients, because you'll take more risk with somebody else's clients at this point than you will with your own. Are you doing more Periscopes? I'm going to try to do a Periscope 3 times a week. If you follow me, I'll give notification. You'll get a notification that I'm doing one, so you get a heads up. I see a lot of people coming in late. So if you follow me,